GPU mining is not the cash cow it once was, but every once in a while, a new project comes along and injects new profitability for home miners. What is going on, crypto miners, and welcome back to the channel. Well, in today's video, we are going to be taking this Dell Precision workstation and turning it into a Warthog GPU mining rig. And this is going to be a lot of fun because Warthog isn't like your typical GPU mining rig where you take 6 or 8 cards and building it into this full-blown setup. You actually need to rely on the CPU, and so that's where this workstation is going to come into play. So stay tuned because I'm also going to be giving away 1 month of hash rate on Warthog with this by the end of the video. So this is a Dell Precision 5810, and well, this looks slightly different than probably what you would expect. We gutted a whole bunch of all the plastic that Dell puts in these, and we changed things around quite a bit. We upgraded our Xeon processor to a 14-core processor, and do you see that memory? We're rocking 128 gigabytes of memory, and you might go, what in the world? This is totally overkill. And yes, 100%. This setup was actually planned to be used for Flux proof useful work. If you go back on my channel well over a year ago now, that was the goal of this rig. And well, Flux proof useful work never took off in the manner that I expected. So this has been sitting around. Are we going to use 128 gigabytes of memory for mining on Warthog? Absolutely not. But hey, I got it, so we might as well put it to work. Now, the GPU in here, you can actually see, and huge shout out to the Veteran Miner. Veteran Miner made me some custom cables for this rig because Dell has a lot of proprietary stuff with the power supply. And look at this, their breakout board. So huge shout out to Veteran Miner. He actually made these the amazing cables that take 10 pins and turn them into 8 pins for our GPU. And this is actually where you guys are going to come into play. I have 3 3060s that we're going to be putting one of them on Warthog. And well, I want to give away the hash rate. So here's how you guys can enter and comment down below. We have a EVGA RTX 3060. We have a Gigabyte RTX 3060. And even this big boy is still just a ROG Strix 3060. So comment directly down below on what GPU you guys want to see me use for this build. And well, I'll pick one of you guys in about 1 week. How's that sound? 1 week. And I'll post it online. I'll comment on it. I'll get your Warthog address and I will mine for 1 total month, covering the power and expenses to your wallet directly. So go ahead and comment down below and let's get started. Bigger is always better, right? Well, we decided to go with the ROG Strix 3060. Look at that, fits in there pretty good. Just enough clearance with this caddy in here, so that'll work out really well. So I do actually have 2 hard drives that were in this. So first off, we have just a 256 gigabyte solid state drive, and then we also had a 4 terabyte. And we don't need anything this crazy in the rig at all. We had it in there because of Flux proof useful work that needed a lot of drive space. So we don't need that. So we'll put that aside for a future project. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take this solid state, pop it out of the caddy, and we're going to put HiveOS on it. And if you're new to the channel, I have an entire step-by-step beginner's guide on how to install HiveOS. I will leave that directly down below. Now, as I talked about at the top of the video, Warthog relies on your GPU just as much as your CPU, and whichever one is the least performing actually ends up bottlenecking the entire process. So the nice thing is we do have a Xeon processor and it is 14 cores, so that's pretty dang decent. So we're going to see how well we do between the 2 of these being in this rig. Now, as I said before, the memory really doesn't draw a factor here. However, I have the memory in there in case we decide to get in some other projects out there, and if we're interested in things like Salad or anything else like that, we do have a boatload of memory out there. And this old workstation memory is actually pretty cheap and inexpensive. All right, let me get HiveOS on here and then we're gonna jump on the computer and get started. What do you guys think? I think I picked right going with the ROG Strix. I love the RGB. And yes, that's right, it gives me additional hash rate. You heard it here first. It's kind of like decals with your Honda Civics, right? So went ahead and booted up. Hive OS is on our solid state. Went real easy. So let's go ahead, jump over the computer and finish the setup process. Before we get too far into this, I want to make sure I'm completely honest with you guys. GPU mining to me in 2024, almost into 2025 here, just within 2 weeks, is very much a speculative play. I'm not chasing profits with the GPU mining rigs that I have left up and running. There isn't really a lot of profitability left in day-to-day GPU mining. However, spec mining something like this early, something that just came out, building a bag, and then if it pumps down the road, taking those profits, I think is more likely the play with GPUs right now. So let's go ahead and dive in here, taking a look at Warthog. And they actually have some unique information here. I just want to read off a tiny bit of it. We're not going to go a ton into it. Warthog's decentralized network empowers individuals with fair, balanced, and synergized CPU, GPU work. So Warthog actually has its own separate algorithm. It's not like anything else out there as of now, which this is totally new. We have not seen very many new projects come to the table for GPU mining that come with a unique algorithm, especially something that utilizes the CPU and GPU. If you guys are interested, I will leave a link to this website directly down below. And if you're interested, I know a lot of people get in on this and go, what do the tokenomics look like? What does it look like from a pre-mine? You can see here there's 0 dev fee and 0 pre-mine. That is very much unheard of right now going into 2025. You do not see that often. So first thing we need to do is get a wallet. And at the very top, click Get Started. There's a variety of different wallets out there. We're going to go with your typical one-click core wallet setup. You're going to click right here under the Wart DApp GUI setup, hit download. This is going to go ahead and bring up GitHub. And you can see we have the Windows, the second one down. I'm not going to walk you through setting up a wallet. One, because I just set mine up and I don't need to show you all my information, but it's very simple and very easy. Click on it, download it, install it, follow the guide to walk through it, creating a password. It will give you your 24 key C phrase and it will open up the wallet and give you your wallet address. So stop right back here after you have your wallet address. All right, so as of right now, I had to look at the clock there. It's about December 14th. And right now, Warthog is just under $1. Now, if we take a look at what this has looked like in the last 3 months, we're still up really, really good right now. Scrolling down to all-time high, it was at $1.43, and that was in March of 2024. So the project isn't brand spanking new, definitely has some legs under it, but it's a great opportunity to get into and mine. And I am finding myself getting more and more into these projects that utilize a standalone rig. I'm having a lot more fun doing this than building another 8-card rig. I already got my 12-card 3070 rig, and that's been mining for a while, spec mining Sky Doge. I know, right? Hey, it's got Doge in the name. It might be worth something at some point. So we'll take a look at it. So let's jump over to Hive OS here. We have our Lugia rig, which is named after a Pokemon. That is our 3070 Sky Doge rig. And here is our Warthog rig. And the name of the rig is Bebop. Anybody in chat connecting Warthog and Bebop? Where's that from? Did you grow up in the 80s? You may absolutely know. Comment down below. Let me know in chat. So here is our RTX 3060 to 12 gigabyte GPU. Taking a look, we can see exactly what is going on the rig with our CPU. That was something that we talked about there. You can see it is 28X. Love it. So it's a Xeon CPU E5 2697V3. So shows up in there, which is absolutely awesome. Look at the amount of memory that shows up in here. 124 gigabytes. Absolutely overkill. So now let's go ahead and get this configured. So first thing that we're going to want to do is actually set up our flight sheet. So we're going to come up to flight sheet. And we're going to go on the right-hand side to flight sheet, and we're going to select the ticker of Wart, or Warthog is right in there. You can see the logo came up. Now for wallet, we don't have any wallet. So we're going to hit add wallet, and I'm going to paste in my wallet address here that I just got from setting up that core wallet. And I'm just going to call it Warthog, and I'm just going to call it core wallet VM because I have all my wallets are on VMs that are some of these core wallets there that aren't traditional cold wallets like Tangem or Ledger or anything like that. So we're going to hit create, and it's going to go ahead and populate that here under wallet. Now for pool, whenever I'm looking to get into newer coins and into a lot of these that I'm like, I don't know where to go, what pools to use, I always just defaultly go to Hero Miners because I've always had good luck with them. So we're going to select Hero Miners, and they have an insane amount of servers out there, Stratum servers out there, always, which is awesome. So for me, I'm going to pick USA East, and we're going to hit apply. Now, if you guys are like, all right, what other pools does Hero Miners support? I'll leave a link directly down below. Take a look. There are a ton of different projects that Hero Miners supports, and their list continues to grow day and day. So I highly recommend that you guys go over there and try out Hero Miners. They got a lot of your big ones out there, so go over and check it out. We were talking about Flux earlier. They do have Ironfish on here. We talked about Warthog. They have Zealous is on here as well. Chlor, Lithium, Give It a Whirl. Even Caspa is over here on Hero Miners. So next thing we're going to do is go ahead and pick our miner. We're going to go with BZ Miner. Then finally, we're just going to name this. So I'm just going to go ahead and name this Wart for what we're mining. And then we're going to do Hero Miners. I always like to do the pool, and then BZ Miner just to make it easily identifiable. So we're going to do create flight sheet. Now that that's done, we're going to go back to workers. We're going to select Bebop, and we're going to go to flight sheets, and there is Warthog. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to the moon, as the young kids call it. And we're going to let that apply and get started mining. Be back in just a minute. All right, guys, we are up and mining Warthog. Now, it's going to take some time and definitely some tweaking here, as one, we haven't played around with a new algorithm in quite a while, and two, we're just getting back into this. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So our RTX 3060 right now is registering 401 mega hash. All I did was just set a power limit of 125 because this thing was ramping up and getting crazy warm. Now, the big thing is if we jump over and take a look at Shell in a Box, there's a lot going on here. It actually goes through 4 different calibrations before it actually starts mining. And if your overclock settings are too aggressive, it actually is going to hang the GPU, and then BZ Miner is going to try to reboot it to get it up and running. But you can see in here, we do have our 3060 registering, as well as you can see our CPU in here as well. And BZ Miner is pretty slick. I haven't played with it a ton in the past, but I've been learning more and more about it. Now, as we jump over to Hero Miners, let's start over there. If you guys are just going over and checking out Hero Miners for the first time and you're navigating things a little bit, let's start back there. So we're over at herominers.com. We're going to come to Warthog at the very bottom. And there's a ton of really great information here. But what we'll do is we'll scroll down and you can fill out your wallet address and hit lookup. Now it's going to go ahead and all the stats you're seeing are going to be specific to your actually miner and your wallet address. So as you guys know, pools take a few minutes to get up and running and updated, but you're going to see it shows your current hash rate, hour, 6 hour, 24 hour. As you scroll down, pending balance. And so you're going to see that, a lot of you guys are going to wonder. So you can see it has unconfirmed balance, and then that'll eventually move over to pending balance, and then that'll get paid out directly to your wallet, which is really convenient. Scrolling down, it's going to try to give you some estimates as to how this is doing from a profitability perspective. But keep in mind, we've only been up and running for a few minutes. So these numbers aren't totally kind of up to date quite yet. Right now it's saying we're going to earn about 80 cents a day. We're definitely going to give that some time. If we went off of this right now, it's putting us at about $5.60 a week and, $24 in a month. But as we talked about before, 2 things. One, pool's going to take some time to update. We want to give it, quite some, an hour or 2. And then on top of that, we're mining this as a speculative play. Is GPU mining going to make you rich? I would not lean on that at all. Nor is this really a project to jump into if you're looking to make a ton of money per day and then cash out. Absolutely not. This is 100% a spec play for sure. Down below, you can see we have Bebop, and it's showing our current hash rate of 402. And then it breaks everything down from there, which is really, really convenient. So I'll leave links to this directly down below if you guys do want to use Hero Miners for getting up and mining on Warthog. So that's going to wrap things up for today's video, guys. Don't forget, please go ahead and comment directly down below on which of those 3 GPUs you guys would recommend that I use for this build. Right now, we're using the ROG Strix. Maybe you like the Gigabyte, maybe you like the EVGA. Comment down below and let me know which one you guys would like to see me use. And I will pick a winner in 1 week, and I will mine to your Warthog wallet address for 30 days total. All right, guys, thank you guys very much for joining me today. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.